All right, guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Killer Kaiju podcast. Today we have the biggest heavyweight showdown of all time. Big furry-cheeked Kong against giant Clifford lizard Godzilla.
Furry
But
butt cheeks.
because we're getting the remake soon, so we might as well watch the original here. I mean, it's next on our list mainly, but it's very suiting considering the new one's come out yet. So yeah, and as always, it is I, Lucas, and as always, I have my life partner, Josh, with me.
Hey, what's up, everyone? What, no lover this time?
No, we switched it around. I
Miss it
guess you can
already.
still be my lover. All right, so today, this is a pretty exciting day because this is the first color Toho film. So this is going to be Josh's first film in color. Well, I mean,
I'm
not
gonna miss the black and white.
not film of all color of all time film, but first Godzilla film in color. Yeah, and honestly, you're gonna miss it after watching this one. Don't get me wrong, this is a great film, but being the first one in color, they definitely didn't realize a lot of things until it was already done. So, yeah,
Be able to see those poopy effects.
yeah, it's something, all right.
We'll see.
So, yeah, exactly. So we'll get right into it here, folks. So as always, we're doing a podcast review slash commentary. Josh hasn't seen the film so far. I have. So you're more than welcome to watch along, whether you've seen it or not, with the podcast. But we always say prefer to watch the film on your own and then watch along with us a second time if you'd like.
Join us, shall you?
All right, guys. So on that note, we have it set to 0. So we are watching the original Japanese version, not the English dub. So it's a little longer than usual. So if you have the US dub, it might be a little off from you guys, but it should be pretty on par from the majority of the film. Or if you're watching the original Japanese version, it's pretty hard to get your hands on if you're lucky enough to have it. You can obviously watch right alongside with us. All right. On that note, we'll get a countdown going here, and then we will start watching the film, guys. Alrighty, so we are going to start the film in 3, 2, 1, and start.
$30.
Yeah, we've been watching them all on. We've been watching all of these on Blu-ray, so it's nice to watch it. I guess honestly, in like a lower quality version because I don't have the Japanese version on Blu-ray. So it's nice to kind of watch it just on like a DVD quality, because honestly, it's probably better that way for this one, so you don't see so much of every little thing that usually is hidden by the movie magic, by those days terms.
Well, so far I'm liking the color. Very vibrant.
Oh, this movie is really pretty, and it's got a really good soundtrack. I mean, it's a Godzilla soundtrack, so of course it's going to be good. But this one's just great. I believe, honestly, if I recall, this is the highest grossing Godzilla film of all time. It had the highest attendance, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, what number was that? Because I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. So, King Kong versus Godzilla brought in... It had a budget of $12,000 US. Just take that in for a minute. And its box office, it brought in 352 million yen.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know how many Yu-Gi-Oh cards I could buy with that much yen?
All the Exodias. All the
Dude, all
Boys
the
Ultimates.
toys. Oh,
Oh, you want the toys for the Yu-Gi-Oh, like the action figures?
I want all the toys. Action figures. I want all the Yu-Gi-Oh things. I want Pokemon. That place is a gold mine, my friend.
So the movie
Especially
starts.
if you collect.
Oh yeah. So the movie starts off here with this like funny like globe kind of spinning, and they're talking about what if the Earth stopped spinning, everything would die. And then this guy walks out, and he's kind of just like doing a skit, like they're on a TV show. As you guess,
the science guy.
we are watching a television show. This is some TV Inception TV shit going on right here. So I believe like when we flash off the TV here, we get introduced to our first main character. As we discussed, his name is Taco. So let's talk about that.
taco about that.
He's gonna be
Oh,
honestly the comic relief of the film. He's hilarious. He's the actor who plays him. If I could remember his name, let me just quickly. Uh, Taco Ichiro Arishima. Arishima, yeah. Oh no, it's Ichiro. I thought it was a because I was thinking of Taco. Yeah, Ichiro Arishima, and he's basically like a comedian, in Japan. Especially at this time, he was considered like a lot of visual and physical comedy. He was like the chaplain of Japan at the time, and you can really tell that in this movie. He's really funny with how he presents himself, and I think that's what really makes this movie gold, especially being a kid and watching it when it wasn't the English dub, just
I
because
want
he
that.
talked so much with his personality, how funny he was.
Is it a clock or something behind him? What
It
is
looks
it?
like just like a figurine or a bobblehead.
I want it. It's
This is
so
funny.
weird.
He picks up the phone and the phone's backwards.
Oof.
And he's like, "Who is this?" He's
I
like, "What?
almost
Why
feel
should I
like
apologize?"
I almost feel like that's a nod to
It's his
the
boss.
the tie being out in the last one.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, sorry. Yes, sir. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry." That's classic. That's just funny. It's moments like that in these films that kill me. It's just they're gold. This is a really cool shot here. So they zoom over, they're in a newsroom and they're doing their show. And as the guy walks over, they have a picture of the submarine on the wall, and the camera zooms into the picture, and then the picture becomes the model and the water's going. It's a really cool shot for at least this time period anyway. And here we have the actual English speaking parts because these are American subs.
Okay, that would make sense because for a
Yeah, and
second
then
I
it
was
had
kind
the
of
Japanese
confused.
subtitles down the side because this is an original cut. Yeah, it really annoys me. There's some like you'll notice too in a few movies, like even in the cut we'll watch in the Heisei series of my Godzilla versus Biollante. It's the English dub, but the English lines that were originally in the movie, the Japanese subtitles are still there, but they've dubbed over the English voice acting just because they didn't own the rights to those actors like parts that they recorded.
Yeah.
So they had to dub over them with another English person. So it's like English speaking words with their mouths, but then the English line doesn't line up because the person who did the voice acting said it at a different time or something. It's weird.
Do what you got to do, my friend.
I know, but like, why not just get the rights for the original?
At least it isn't just some guy sitting in a room trying to do it all himself.
Yeah, it's true. Here we
And he
get the
sounds like every voice.
our second main character here. This guy's hilarious. This guy's in several Godzilla films. The actor who plays this guys, these two guys here are gonna end up being our main characters.
Can you really be a main character if you aren't Godzilla or King Kong
Yes.
or King Kong?
King Kong. This guy on the left here. So in the movie, his name is what is it? Sakurai, Asumu Sakurai. I'm gonna butcher these names here, guys. I apologize ahead of time. His real name is Taido Takashima. He's hilarious. He's good. And then we've got Fujita as well. He's the inventor guy, kind of.
Vegeta?
Fujita,
Damn
Kazu
it.
Fujita. Yeah, sorry about your luck, Buck. But the guy here, wait till he turns around so I make sure it's the right guy. Pretty sure it is. When I was a kid, when I saw this scene here, when they're all sitting around the table discussing this opportunity that they have for their business, they have these little jars with red things in them, and I thought they were hot peppers when I was
Are
a
they
kid.
not?
No, I mean they might have been on set, probably, honestly, or some kind of red fruit, but you'll see here, there's something else.
Eat it.
Yeah, so right now they're talking about how there's some creature on this island where they get these berries from, and the natives worship this creature like some kind of ancient god.
Yeah, you should definitely not go there.
Right? That would be the sign to be like, yeah, I shouldn't go there.
I don't know why women, whatever humans like to tempt fate. It's something that me and my friends constantly talk about. I don't understand it.
The
Why
adrenaline
go
rush to
why go
the expression.
skydiving, like why do all that stuff? Shit's scary. You're running the risk of dying.
That's I guess that's what it's about, is just living free, I guess, right? Some people
Not a
have different
fan, my
aspirations
friend.
in life. Yeah, I
Not
know,
a
right?
fan.
I'm
Play
quite
it
happy
safe.
in my home watching my Kaiju Godzilla films. Thank you very much. This
Damn
guy's
right.
always flipping a coin to make his decisions.
I love this guy's like glasses. They're great.
Oh yeah. So the gentleman on the couch on the right with the two guys sitting together, or one character there on the right, he's an actor in Mothra versus Godzilla, and it's funny because the movie revolves around an egg, and he's always eating like an egg or like a hard boiled egg or something. He's always got eggs that he's eating, and he always makes a point to like point it out and make a joke out of it. And it's the funniest goddamn thing. Every time I see his face, that's all I can think of.
Probably really healthy.
Oh yeah. So see, now he's ordering his two uh employees there from his pharmaceutical company go to this island to check out this monster because they want to use him as a promotional kind of thing for their company, because they're trying to get above and over these other TV companies.
So basically any zoo.
Yeah, really. This is a good one. One guy goes home to see his sister's shoes are still there, but she's not home.
All right, now it's getting interesting. Someone's missing.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, she's right there. She's over at her boyfriend's house.
she should have ran away.
And here he is, like, cooking at home. Oh, he's calling out the boyfriend, eh? Rubs lipstick off his lip. I know
Someone
my
is
sister's
jealous.
lipstick. I
Someone's been
cannot
on a little
believe
too
it.
much Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh, stepbrother.
Oh my god. This is cool. He's like talking about this. He's an inventor. So it's this thing he made here using string. And it's funny because it's probably the wire they use to control the puppets and stuff that he's doing this with. Because it's pretty good.
More risky stuff.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So he does this scene where he steps over this balcony, clearly with this set behind him, this set backdrop, and he's just like hanging off using this thin fishing wire that he says he's invented, and then he like starts swinging off of it, like hanging on to it by just his hand, like he's got some kind of incredible strength. It's so funny. Like I'm like, this is just has to be
Early Spider-Man.
yeah. This is where it all came from. Oh no, but it has to be the same wire, that they used to use the puppets and everything like that too.
Most likely. Had it laying around and they were like, let's just add this into the film. Something simple.
They think he's going to some kind of amusement park. This is a great scene. It pans down to a view of his plate and then his sister's boyfriend's plate. And he's like, your boyfriend's steak is so much bigger than mine. What's wrong with that? He makes
He
such
is
a
really
big deal.
jealous.
Yeah. He's like, whatever. She's like, my sister's done everything for me. Now you're coming into the picture and ruining everything. I love it because that guy's like talking so much with his mouth. He's over exaggerating all of his mouth movements so much. Like, what are you trying to do here, my man? Maybe so when they matched up the voicing afterwards, it made it easier.
Maybe.
Because whoever was editing it wasn't maybe English speaking. You never know. Because you gotta remember, this was the original Japanese cut, right? So
Maybe they were filmed in two separate locations and sent back. So it was like,
he had
like
to really
maybe,
make sure.
Yeah, like some in America, some, in Japan or something. I don't know.
I love this. They're at some ball getting ready to go, and like they're all in their like safari outfits, getting ready to go, and they've just got these rifles, and he's sitting pointing it around the room, like pointing a gun everywhere, like just sitting in this hall like full of people. like holding a rifle, pointing it around. Like, what? This guy who currently was just being an idiot is holding a gun now. It's just great. So now basically what's going to happen is the leader of this pharmaceutical company is Taco, the comedian guy, and they're trying to basically get
Talk about it.
yeah talk about getting endorsements because they're trying to get investors to invest in their expedition to go to this island here to see Kong.
You should have
Essentially.
approached Pepsi.
Yeah. What were they thinking? Pepsi would have said, "Hell yeah."
Pepsi loves to sponsor everything.
Yeah, I say that as I'm drinking a Coke, but
Well,
dare I?
Coke's superior, but
I don't know. They're both different. I like both of them for different reasons, but
it's preference.
Kong and Godzilla, Pepsi and Coke. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Movie over. Bye.
Boom. Mind blown.
Oh, here comes Taco. He's like, "Come here," and then again, walking around with a gun, just in this like meeting is like, kind of like gathering, like con, kind of like a expo. Oh, and now we cut to the iceberg here. I don't know if you guys recall, but in Godzilla Raids again, Godzilla was buried with ice. That's where he last was, and they froze him alive.
Nope. Don't remember any of that.
So at the ending of Raids again, the last movie we watched, it was a while ago when we watched it. Basically, the Godzilla's led to the island after he beats Anguirus, and they're shooting at him, and like one of the planes flies into the mountain, and he like kind of like suicide flies into the side of the mountain, and all these ice cubes, it looked like ice cubes and snow, fall down on top of Godzilla,
Oh yeah.
and it brings him down, and then it freezes him into the ice. So that's where he is now, and what's happened is the Americans have rammed into this iceberg in the water, not knowing,
Alright, fair
because
enough.
Japan didn't tell them, and they've knocked him loose, essentially, is what's happening.
Titanic.
Yeah, exactly, but they're in a nuclear submarine. And it's got to be America to fuck up. So, like in the American cut, all this was taken out. Like there's a lot of stuff re-edited and hashed and changed. And through the whole thing, it's more of like events happening, and then it's like a monster TV show kind of type feel where they like tune in and update you on what's happening. It's weird, and it's like an American actor, and everyone's switched in. And the best
Imagine if
moment of all, I believe, is taken out of it. Actually, no, I thought it was, but I found out the other day it wasn't, and we'll point that movie moment out when it happens later in the movie. It's great. Here's a good one. You see the fire ignite and start to come in through the top as well. This is a good shot here. Oh shit.
miniatures.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Color miniatures though. Full color, not black and white. This guy's got the classic telescope. You're gonna love this guy, man. This guy's gonna be your favorite character. I can already tell.
Oh yeah, because they're tempting to go to the island where they shouldn't be. Wilson. I make way too many movie references. It's basically my life.
Oh yeah.
Also, imagine if this took place now, everyone would just have like face mask on. Even these people on the island. Maybe not, but like
Probably.
yeah, like little bamboo face mask or something. Or if this was real life, they'd probably be a tribe of cannibals and then eat them. But
Yeah, you never know.
one or the other. See, they're bailing. They know that they're cannibals. They're like, get off the island. Leave.
Yeah, as soon as they drop them off, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna love this guy." Please try and ignore the amount of blackface in this film as we watch it.
Tribal face paint. I guess.
Yeah, it's I mean, it was the time. They probably didn't have any actors that could do the parts in their area. I doubt like a lot of people of like color for the part. maybe
Oh
necessarily
wait,
live near the
wait.
area that could act and perform.
Did they legitimately just paint
Yeah.
people? Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It happens a few times in these movies. It stops at a respectable point. I mean, it shouldn't be done here at all, to be honest. But as
they
soon
should
as
have
they were
just.
able to, they could change it.
They should have did it in black and white.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. But honestly, I mean, like I imagine back then. I'd imagine back then that apparently it was somewhat like allowed in art and form and stuff like that, because knowing that it was wrong back then, like ignorance unfortunately is bliss, but I really hope that back then they knew it wasn't wrong and still did it anyway, because now clearly they like, yeah, they would never do something like this, you know.
No, because clearly it's wrong. But
Yeah,
like,
like look at yeah, there's a it's
such a
pretty
weird
bad.
casting for that one. That's an
But
oof on their part.
so
But
you can see here,
1964, something like that.
yeah, all these natives with their headdresses here, they have they're harvesting kind of all these berries. You can see them like turning all these machines to squish these berries down into liquid. So that's what they're kind of been doing. That's what those berries were in those jars. So you can tell that they're probably not too keen on them taking their berries that they're clearly using.
This is how they get pomegranate juice. This is why it costs so much at the grocery store.
Or little, and this is Arizona iced tea.
Ooh, I miss that stuff.
This guy's like the translator, obviously. He's hilarious. You'll see him act and play a lot of other characters in the Godzilla series. He's in the very next one, to be honest, I believe. He plays a funny role in the next one too.
Neat.
But totally different character. This one works because you're not supposed to understand what he's saying anyway, because he's speaking some kind of native tongue to the villagers.
Why does he constantly just have his arms up?
Mainly to show like surrender.
We don't have weapons.
Yeah.
Or basically Corey and Trevor from Trailer Park Boys.
He's like, yep, I got you. He's probably sure right now he's trying to ask him. He's like, yeah, can we stay? And they're like, nah. You get out of here. I understand that without even him telling.
They should have just ate him.
It's probably what they're gonna do. This is funny. He tries to give him this. This is a good scene here. He tries to give him this radio. It's like an FM radio, a transistor radio is what they call it here. So he can like basically listen to like all radio stations. And he's like, it's some great machine all over the world, magic, many gifts inside. And then he hits play, and they all jump back, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. Maybe a little Cannibal Holocaust, Green Inferno thing.
Yeah. And then he looks up and he's like, "What's this strange box?"
Black magic.
And he's like, "Hey, I like this." And here we get to one of the best scenes.
And cigarettes. I stand by this. Don't
Yeah.
smoke, kids. Don't smoke. Bad habit.
But here's the best part. These little kids come up, so they're giving out cigarettes to all the villagers, and these little kids come up, they're like, yeah, well, when it rains, it pours, right?
I thought they were gonna eat them. Not like I thought they
And
were
then
gonna
they're
eat the
like, "Here."
cigarettes.
He's like, don't tell your mom where you got them, and he gives the kid the cigarette, and then the mom takes they give the kid 2 cigarettes, and then the mom takes one of them and starts smoking it and lets the kid smoke the other one. And they openly just give a child cigarettes.
They should have brought a lot more cigarettes. They would have been friends a long time ago.
There's a lot of questionable scenes in some of these movies, so they're really great. Everything from a
Apparently.
child getting a cigarette to a straight up child abduction to badly cast and painted actors in movies. The whole shit, everything. There's a little bit of everything. Great comedic relief with serious deaths. It's got everything.
Now the chief gets a full pack.
Oh, here we go. Now they all start doing their dance because the lightning starts happening, and they think, oh, the lightning's coming, their god's coming. So they all start doing their twerking here. And they're all like bowing down to their god on the island, which we can only assume at this point is Kong. Is Godzilla's still frozen? But it's funny because everyone's down on their knees, like, like doing
We
their
are not
ritual, like we're
worthy.
not worthy hand thing, and then the three of them are just kind of standing there, like, what do we do?
I don't think that's Alice Cooper.
What? Of course it's Alice Cooper.
We're not worthy.
He's gonna come over the mountain right now. That's funny because he's like, what? This is, they think that's their god. They think that the lightning and the thunder is their god. And he's like, they're just a bunch of idiots. And he calls them out on it and calls them a bunch of fools. They think their rain is their god. Their giant monster is just a rainstorm. They're all still praying though. I'd be getting down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. They know something's up, right?
And then you just hear a roar. And it's just this horrible roar. And he's like, hey, that wasn't thunder. And then they just start shaking and slowly start getting down to their knees. It's too perfect. And it's a cool scene. That's actually a really cool cut. It's Kong roaring and that scene taking place, and then they cut to the house where the ladies are at home and they're watching a TV of this lion roaring. It's kind of a cool cut.
The opening to old movies, the lion roaring.
Oh yeah. And then we cut back to the human drama, just because, human drama. We'll understand why they're involved later on. Miniature shots of boats. Yeah, they don't know if they're going to return now, because this is the boat they left from. And they're supposed to meet back on this boat to bring back anything they find. But they don't even know if they're going to get back because of how bad the storm is. He's all worried. He's like, oh yeah, you miss her, eh? Oh, they received a distress call now officially. I'm assuming that's that's from the Seahawk. Yeah, it's the American nuclear submarine from when they made contact with Godzilla on that iceberg. So, have you ever seen any of the older King Kong movies?
I've seen none of them.
None of those either. I mean, I watched the original when I was a kid a few times. Obviously, like my parents kind of made me watch those, but I definitely saw like the Peter Jackson King Kong with Jack Black and was it Kyle Chandler? I might be messing that up. And which he's in the new King of the Monsters and the new Godzilla vs. Kong, which is funny. And then who else did I have? Adrian Brody. I think that's his name. Adam Brody, Adrian Brody. Oh, here we go. Anyway, that's a good one. I liked that one as well. That was a pretty good King Kong film. But the rest of them, and like Kong Skull Island's really good. We'll get to that one. We'll actually watch that one.
Oh, you know what? I'm a liar. I watched one with you actually. The call or King. I think it's Skull Island. No.
Yeah, the one with the spider and like the legs chop off and they go through people and.
Yeah,
they have like the tree going through the plane helicopter.
We watched it at your mom's house the one time.
Oh, probably then. Yeah, that was probably
because it was one of the newer ones, and I'm pretty sure it was King Kong though.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. All the miniatures. Because Godzilla's officially broken out of the iceberg. There we get that top shot of Godzilla breaking out of the ice, and then he slowly starts walking towards the beach and the military, and they're just like firing Hail Marys at him. Oh yeah. So. This suit is a lot thinner and it's a brand new suit. It's not, it doesn't look bad, but I'm not a fan of how it looks from the front. But this suit from the side is fantastic. Like it looks great. This is a good looking suit.
Yeah, so far
it's
it
not
looks
the
really
best,
good.
but it's a good suit. I really enjoy this suit quite a bit. I like the eyes on it. They're like very in the middle and pointed out. They're more reptilian than like a face.
Not so like popped out.
Yeah, they're more sunken into his head a little more. I like it a lot. And the tanks are like, F this. I'm going into hiding. And then he just starts burning everything down.
Yeah, the blasts are a lot cooler in color. Same with
Yeah.
the blue that's glowing on the back.
You'll notice something too, and you'll generally be shocked by, because I know the census and the average knowledge of it is usually this, but you haven't noticed that Godzilla's still not green, eh? Now that it's
Nope,
in
not
color,
yet.
he's still like a black, brown, gray. Maybe like a little bit of blue green, but mainly black.
Is there versions of him that are purple, or at least slightly?
Um, I would say more blue, but definitely, yeah, especially with the lighting in some films, he looks kind of close to that.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I think I've seen like a bluish kind of purple version of Godzilla, and then like the black version because of black and white, and then green version.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of different variations, and with like depending on like what platform you're watching it on, whether it's like old VHS too, like VHS tends to be more like purple and blue. Simply put it, we don't know Godzilla's location. He was attacking the side of the city. What do you mean? I mean, maybe he's trying to keep it hush hush. But do you notice this biologist here? Do you recognize him?
Is that the guy from the last movie?
I mean,
Isn't that Eye Patch
I
Man?
was gonna say throw an eye patch on him to see,
Yeah, so I was like, wait, that's Eye Patch
but
dude.
he died, right?
Nope, not anymore.
You know,
He's
he's coming
alive,
back
alive and well.
as a different character. So obviously he's not playing Serizawa on this one, but our Serizawa from the last film has come back. The actor's name is Akihiko Harada, and he is coming back now as Shigesawa, the biologist, Shosuke.
It would have been better if they still gave him an eye patch, but it was just on the opposite eye.
You know, it's funny that you say that. There'll be a movie in the future, and I hope you remember that you said that.
I freaking hope so, man. Like little things like that. I'm like, ooh.
Right.
He's that
That's
dude
so
that
funny.
pretends to break his leg and then like starts hopping on that leg and then starts lifting the other leg.
Yeah, that's so funny. There, you see him watching the opponent's TV channel, and he gets so mad. He's like, "I don't care how much tobacco you offer them. Give them all of it. I want that monster.
Give him cartons of cigarettes, all
You
of the
want a whole
cartons.
pack of cigarettes? Take a whole pack of cigarettes." Oh my god, it's too perfect. So now they're hiking through the jungle here, carrying up their pack of whatever it is they needed. They don't really tell us. They just tell us they're staying there. So I wonder if they're just carrying. Oh, they must be carrying the stuff up to where they're staying. If I want an interview with a giant monster, yeah, have an interview with them. I'm sure that'll go over great.
Yeah, they're gonna get eaten.
Oh yeah, it's done for. Come on. There's actually a lot of cool scenes in this movie that really make it worthwhile. You can tell that's why it like did really well. Like, yes, it's goofy and silly, but it's got a lot of ambition, this film. It often feels just like a King Kong film, but Toho did it instead of the US, and then they threw Godzilla into the mix and made it part of the story. That's honestly what it sounds like most of the time.
Well, I mean, it opens you up to a lot more scenarios that can happen as long as you start looping in other characters, especially if there's the possibility of it being in like the same realm.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of boring if you just limit it to like no characters. It's kind of like the Marvel series, right? Like it would be kind of boring if like Spider-Man stuck to Spider-Man, Batman stuck to Batman. Like you didn't see other characters eventually.
Yeah.
It would just be very stale and you wouldn't want to watch it after a while or read it, whatever it may be.
Yeah. No matter what superhero films you're watching, yeah, it helps when they adapt out to their fellow characters.
Well,
Oh, here
heck,
we
even
hear.
with like a lot of horror movies, there's like some fan made films, right? Like you can
Oh
see
yeah.
Jason fight Michael if you want to.
Yeah.
YouTube. YouTube is glorious, my friends.
YouTube is all.
Glorious.
And if that's how you're watching this right now, see, YouTube is glorious. So here we get the shot of Kong screaming and hitting the mountain and the lightning and all this avalanche coming down on top of them as they're walking around the mountain trying to find him. I'd be like, yeah, clearly he doesn't want to be found, guys.
Again, they're tempting fate. They shouldn't be there.
The natives know they're here doing their rituals, their little dance there.
I don't think this guy's okay.
No, he's sick. So the one guy who was with him is really sick right now. He's laying down ill. He's like, if we went back with nothing, we'd have to resign. Well, yeah. I mean, your boss sent you there. If you came back with nothing, I'm sure you'd be pretty pissed. Yeah, they're like, just get some sleep. Now, here's the thing. They send this kid over to this hut to get the red juice because they say it will help him. So that's what he's doing right now. He's just going to get some of the red berry juice they take off the island. It'll help him sleep. That's
Definitely
what apparently
get the
it does.
pomegranate juice.
Yeah. It's like it'll knock him on his ass, that's for sure. It'll knock him out. And so the kid sneaks in here. So this is cool. So that's obviously a miniature shot here. And here we get our first monster of the movie, our first kaiju.
My snot in the morning.
Yeah, you just hear the slimy sound, and then you see the tentacles start coming on the rock, and it's a giant octopus. And like it's really cool because it's an actual octopus that they've just let go over a miniature, and then they've taken the shot, obviously. This is a really creative way, I thought, of shooting this scene using a live animal. And, it's Japan, and I believe they had 4 octopuses for this scene. One of them died because it, like, got impaled on something while it was climbing around. And then they ate the rest. They didn't say that, but, like, they never put them back or do anything like that, so they assumed that they were just eaten. So they did say they ate one of them, the one that died anyway, so I assumed they ate the rest of them. So now the mom comes in here and is like, what are you doing here? We have to get out of here. And she grabs the kid, then the roof caves in, and you see the octopus crawl over the miniature, and it's so well done. It's just great.
I love how they just literally used, I think, an actual octopus on that one.
Oh, on all of this, yeah, all
Yeah.
real octopus, yeah.
They just plopped it on a miniature. They're like, go.
Yeah.
Have fun. I mean, what's more octopus looking than an octopus, right? Like, use the actual thing if you can.
Yeah. I know a lot of these scenes, there's a lot of blue screen that stands out pretty bad here. Like there, they didn't even bother. There's a blue screen right there.
Color comes in, though, where, you'll start to notice a few more of those sloppiness, but sacrifices must be made. Also, that guy's got some kick-butt cowboy boots going on.
Yeah. Here's when they start throwing the spears, and, like, you can see it, like, they're just hitting the wall. But, like, it's still a cool shot. Like, you can see what they were doing with it. Like, it's still really cool. But it's not the best in quality. You can tell watching this in Blu-ray would be really rough. It's a lot better in this version we're watching here. There's the stop animation.
See it in Blu-ray now.
I
feel like it would be hilarious.
We'll maybe do a view of that in the future. Maybe it's pretty good. And the English dub is pretty painful to watch, but it's funny.
Should definitely make a TikTok video of this, just like the octopus tentacles flying around.
Yeah.
With little action figures.
Oh, and now they're trying to shoot it in spirit, and they're just whipping everything off, and this thing will not stop. It's just going all over the place.
Is there a future film with this octopus dude in it?
I mean, they've always kind of referenced the octopus here and there. Like, he's made his appearance in, like, Kong Skull Island. I think Octopus has made an appearance in a few other films as well. But not like this octopus per se. Like, it's not like it's a definite kaiju. It's just a giant octopus. It's just like, this is like just like a species that lives there. That's kind of what they're saying. Just like in Skull Island, there's always weird creatures and like species that live on there that are like big and large or very dangerous. This being one of them, giant squid, giant octopus.
Don't think these people should have came to this island or started messing with these
people. I imagine that this is where they're from, and they've kind of made peace with the creatures that live on the islands.
Yeah, but I assume they didn't have to live in fear until these homeboys showed up and they were like,
"Oh, absolutely,
cigarettes," like
they weren't supposed to
learn to deal with it. Oh,
And Kong's their protector. That's why they worship him. That's why the octopus is invading. So he's gonna come in and solve the problem. So here we got our first shot of Kong here slamming his chest. He just starts tearing down the wooden gate and the rocks. He's like, I ain't messing around. I'm coming in there. I'm gonna screw this thing up. Just
I love that it's a
chucks the
guy
gate
in
at
a
it.
monkey costume or
Oh yeah,
gorilla costume.
monkey suit. Just kicks over the pots of
Juice or
juice
whatever.
there. This is a cool scene. You see him come over and Kong kicks the crap out of this octopus. At first, it tries to juice all over his face here. This is a really
Inkum.
nasty scene. He's just getting all
Snail
slimy,
trailed.
getting all that slimy snail trail on his face. Oh,
It sounds a lot grosser than I would expect.
yeah.
That's that ASMR kind of stuff going on.
And he just starts chucking boulders at it.
May as well. Use your
But
environment.
It's clearly just, him whipping a rock at a blue screen and then them projecting the image of the octopus on the blue screen.
Oh, 100%. But
you can see the rock bounce off the wall. It was bad. They could have cut as the rock hit him or something.
we're trying not to talk about the cheesiness, my friend.
It's gotta be.
You gotta go with the. I know, but you gotta go with the story. Enjoy it.
I know, but it's gotta be brought too. That's
How's
part
he
of the
supposed to
enjoyment.
conquer
Is how silly it is.
How's he supposed to conquer the octopus if he doesn't throw the rocks? Use his environment.
Oh yeah.
Either that or
Aggressive wave.
eat the octopus.
Well, that's the one thing
which-
Kong does have going with him. He uses his intelligence to his advantage. Like you'll see that in his future films.
Like it is proven primates, yeah, but either way, are smart as hell. So
Oh yeah. And Kong's been around for a long time, so
and Kong just wants the juice.
just wants the juice, man.
Just always wants the juice. He's gonna get all jacked up.
Now the opposite, he's gonna get drunk as hell and fall asleep.
So they just like drug him kind of with alcohol.
They're literally roofing Kong. They're gonna knock him out and take him.
This movie would not do well if it came out now. There would be so many things wrong with it. Just saying.
That the blackface.
Yeah, see, like there's not just one at this point. There's a few.
Oh, there's a look at them all.
Oof.
Yeah, it's yeah. There's a lot about some of these old Godzilla films that are really questionable. Like there's Godzilla versus Megalon. I don't know if it's in my cut. One of the cuts they are driving this random vehicle they hop into. It's like a rented out van or truck they steal. That's the bad guys steal. And as they're driving, if you look in the back of it, there's like posters along the back of the van and they're inside and they're like pinup girls, nude pinup girls. And they're in the back of the truck. And it's a children's movie. It was rated like for children. It's just funny.
Little hidden feature right there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them we'll be pointing out as we get more into them. So this film here, this scene here we're at right now, Kong's knocked out from the juice and they're doing the first, I think this is the first time we actually hear the full song and the full dance for Kong's kind of Kong song, the Kong song.
The Kong song, the kink song.
Yeah. So they start doing like the heavy drum and the little dance where they just start flailing their chests and just go limp. It's so funny.
I would love if Kong would powerbomb Godzilla.
Oh,
or
man.
like a stone cold stunner out of nowhere.
I mean, there's some good fighting in this one, but the new one, Godzilla versus Kong, there's a lot of good fighting in that one. You're gonna love it.
We'll get there.
It's gonna be a good one to get to. And then this will be main girl, the main tribe girl here is doing her like solo dance here.
Now, are we gonna stem into watching the Kong movies as well?
Go those coconut bros. I mean, for this one, Godzilla or Kong has one more. He has Kong Escapes, which is like the second Toho Kong film.
Okay.
We don't have to watch it, but we totally can if we want to in the future. We'll see after we watch the other main Toho monster movies, because we're gonna branch off and watch Rodan and Mothra next, and then we'll continue the Godzilla films and then pump out the rest of the Showa ones. But if we want to add Godzilla or King Kong Escapes, even mixing them up, if we want to add King Kong Escapes in there, we can as well. But we'll see after we're done watching those other two if you stir up for it, because it's a
Yeah,
good one as
we'll
well.
get there. We'll see what maybe the fans, if there are any fans, well, maybe they'll choose. But either way, we'll get there. We'll just watch movies for the joy of it. I wasn't too sure if like he has more kind of stemming towards his way.
No, at least no, not for these. He does have other movies, but they're American made. They're not Toho films.
Oh, okay. So like meh.
Yeah. Because King Kong was first. That was like before Godzilla. That was the main reason they wanted to make Gojira, because they wanted to make their own monster movie because they saw the success of King Kong in the States.
Which one? Well, clearly I know that you would like Godzilla more. So that was a dumb question on my part. I was gonna ask you which one do you like more?
Oh yeah, definitely Godzilla. I do like Kong though. He's cool.
Also, that scene that just passed to him laying on the like beach is basically me laying in bed, just as hairy.
Yeah, so
maybe not as jacked, but
pretty close.
Oh yeah.
The original King Kong was from 1933.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was stop animation, but Japan didn't have that kind of money to do that. They wanted to do the original Gojira and stop animation, but they couldn't, so they did suits.
So what, in 11, 12 years or so, that movie would come out 100 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
13 years. The 13 years. Yeah. Either way, crazy. 100 years ago. That just shows the progression of movies, though, because even for this, which was what did you say, 1964?
Yeah. This one's 1962
or 62. Okay, so like even in that's 20 some plus years, and then you 20, 30 years, and then pretty big distance in
oh yeah,
editing and like the way that they're doing a lot of their stuff. Now they're just towing a giant.
Because what happened in the 40s? Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, I was gonna say
World War II.
Yeah.
So they really couldn't make movies,
tells me
right?
That people were busy with some other important stuff at that
Yeah,
time.
There was much more important things to be involved with and spending money on.
Agreed.
Than cinemas back then for their part, unfortunately. But I'm glad they're in a better position now, and they've worked really hard to get where they are as a country. And oh, this is so funny. So Taco comes now, and he's getting dropped off to go to the island because he's like, I'll get it done myself, because everyone's like talking about Godzilla and Kong now, and he's all like, Godzilla's gonna steal all my limelight. I gotta get Kong. So he comes to the island in the safari outfit, and when they're dropping him down on the rope from helicopter, he's like standing with his legs out like an idiot. Like he's like terrified.
He's terrified.
He's a little frail little man. He's so funny. That's a great scene. He goes to lean while he's looking at Kong, and he leans on the detonator switch to blow up this dynamite.
Blow up Kong?
Yeah.
Oh, and a movie right there.
And then it like looks at it, and he's like, oh. It's
and
a classic
movie,
scene.
Friend.
It's a very funny scene.
They should have strapped those to Kong to control him, like Suicide Squad. Put the plant in the neck.
And then he goes to almost do it again, and they're like, duh! And he catches himself doing it. It's so funny.
This movie's wild thus far.
Yeah. Right now they're like saying they're laughing at Kong because Godzilla is like a huge beast, and they're saying, well, how could he bite him ever? Kind of like how it's happening on the internet right now with the Godzilla versus Kong stuff. They're like radioactive nuclear lizard dinosaur versus big monkey. Like what do you mean?
Here she goes, boys.
Yeah. But hey, they all got their moment to shine. We'll see that. This guy's hilarious. Taco's like the best part about this movie. He's just great. Kong's just getting like pulled behind the ship. This is a really great scene. So now you get this other ship pulling up next to so they're hauling Kong on this giant raft, kind of, obviously, and they've got TNT lined up all along it in case he escapes or they can blow him up. And they're hauling him across the ocean. And right now this other boat's pulling up because they found them, and they're gonna like essentially like, wring them out Because they were already talking about how they have Godzilla coming to the land, so they don't want Kong.
That's fair. I thought they would bring Godzilla to Kong and like meet in the middle of the ocean and just have a giant scrap there.
Well, I mean, the water is Godzilla's element. That would be really unfair.
Oh well.
Kong can't swim. I mean, he can, but he can't breathe underwater.
Which one do we want to die? I guess. I mean, like, which one's gonna hurt more? Like, which one can the humans kill after? I
Yeah,
think Kong. Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
So like, then I guess get Kong to do the damage. Then you can take out Kong. But who's the real winner here?
Now they're telling him that they can't bring Kong; it's illegal, and they can't bring him onto land because they're saying he's like, um, an enemy of the state, and he can't like come to Japan.
Yeah, they shouldn't have taken him off the island.
Nope.
They're idiots.
Of course. And now Taco's like fainting and doing this whole like pass out thing because he can't believe it. It's like, of course. What do you mean it's gonna happen? You idiot.
You can't just take like giant animals and travel across far distances, then just drop them off and be like, here you go. It's your problem now. Study it.
This guy comes in and he just came off the ship and she was all worried because it disappeared that he wasn't alive. Nah, he's alive. They're just doing some shady stuff. Don't you worry.
He's just in hiding.
Yeah. I mean, other than like Kong, because obviously Kong came from American films before, like, are there really any other monsters other than like the ones that are in Toho and like that could really take out Godzilla or really stand toe to toe with him?
A Megazord.
Well, yeah, I know, but that came from Ultraman.
Uh,
Which again we'll get to. Great movie. Great
I don't know,
series.
man.
Like there's
I
not
still
much.
think Freddy would cause some
Oh yeah.
ruckus.
I just like that's why I think this is definitely the way to go with Kong for sure for this film as well. You got the trains here and the vehicles coming across. I do like the it seems to me when they do the miniature work, they film the real stuff and then build the miniatures around what they filmed around to try and like replicate it. It's a
Got to
smart
try
way
and
of
make
doing
the
it.
whole scene and like make it look
Low at
full like
least.
an actual city or environment.
Otherwise you kind of get taken out of it, I guess. So right now they're trying to track Godzilla because they lost sight of him last,
How
but
do you
now
lose
they
sight of
obviously
them?
found him. He's walking across the island right now. Cool shot as he's walking and the helicopter's following behind him. All right, boys. Your cheers on land. What are we gonna do?
Leave.
Kong's still in the water, so
Leave.
I
Run
just get the hell
away.
out of there.
Yeah, just run away.
I mean, he's probably pissed because he's like, "You guys froze me. I'm gonna come and wreck your town. I missed my kid's graduation." Oh, yeah, I never understood this either. The train stops. Is it because it's going towards Godzilla? I never
Should
understood
be
that.
going. Just back up. Go away.
Yeah. Yeah, Godzilla is coming this way. So either reverse or keep going. Don't just stand there and let them off.
Yeah, exactly. You're on a track, so you can only go two ways. Everyone off, I guess.
Like what? That's gonna be 10 times as slow. Why wouldn't they have just gone the other way? And now there are all these people stranded where Godzilla's walking to.
Exactly. Like those
Oh,
trains are
they've
going to go
got
way
buses and stuff
faster.
here. Okay.
Oh yeah, just conveniently set up there.
Like, why not just take the train? I don't know. Maybe because they're worried about the power. I don't know.
Maybe, but I feel like the train was probably the better option at this point. Could be wrong, but
It absolutely was. That's what I would say anyway. Oh no, she's not gonna make it on. Oh no.
Oh well. Bye.
Here comes Godzilla to wreck house.
The
He
two
don't care.
main stars over here. Well, one for now until King Kong gets here.
Yeah. I forgot how much night shots there were in this film. I guess it's just really this one here. He wants to with the train passengers, make sure his family's okay and his friends.
I don't know if he can fit 14 or 15 in that tiny car.
No way. The trains look all right in this one, but I do think they looked better in the other ones. But I mean, yeah, black and white, right? So
They're still not too bad, but yeah,
no,
exactly. Like the black and white kind of holds some of those little miniatures to higher standard than in color.
yeah. Well, now you've
Also, this
seen.
lady,
Oh, idiot! Yeah, she fallen,
yeah,
then
she's just horror movie classic right here.
tripping and falling.
The run and the trip.
Bitches be tripping. But now that you've kind of seen what in Toho what King Kong can do in this universe and what Godzilla can do, who do you think is going to win this one?
I mean, I would go Godzilla only because I'm convinced that he could drown King Kong. If you get him out
Yeah,
into
it's true.
water, right? Like you kind of have that advantage.
So you're going for
But
Godzilla right now?
yeah, I would go for Godzilla.
Oh, you're just falling in the water for no reason. Like what? The
Oh
water
yeah,
can't be that
so
strong.
horror falling. It's
Yeah,
because
like
Jason's around.
Jason's around making them fall. She's just in
Makes her
peril in the water,
nervous.
and the guy's gonna come in and help her. Freaking out, like, get your shit together, girl. Godzilla's slow. Come on, get out of there. You're good. Now you're soaking wet, making his seats all wet in his car because you tripped and fell in the river like a dumbass. I don't know. Maybe she was walking in heels because they weren't expecting to have to eat out of the train. Maybe there's something we're not getting or knowing here, but
Little love romance going on.
yeah. At least they found each other
And
after
then
all
they get
that.
squished.
If they were on the train, it would have been really bad because they got fucked up. So yeah, now they know for sure that it was a nuclear sub that crashed in the iceberg that awakened Godzilla. So now they're pissed. You can tell they're already pissed about that.
It's their fault.
Oh yeah. And I'm surprised, I know it's Godzilla versus Kong and everything, but I'm surprised. I mean, technically the octopus counts, I guess, but I'm
Does it?
surprised they didn't put another kaiju in this film.
Well, I mean, what? You said there was like an hour and a half, so you can only fit in so much. We watched the other two and they were about the same time, and
And I
most of
now that I
that
think
time was
about
filled with
it,
love.
there wasn't any really monster movies out at this point, to be honest, now that I think about it. Because the next movies are 63 and 64, I think, and that's I could be wrong, but then that's Rodan and Mothra. I think they came around this time, or just before it, or just after it.
So they're probably just using it sparingly because they didn't have to
Yeah,
overdo it.
this
Also,
is a
that
cool.
sweet model.
I was gonna say this is a cool shot here. Kong's trying to escape off the log platform here, and it does a shot, kind of a POV shot of Kong looking up at the boat, and you can see like the boat struggling in the wires. It's a model, but it's a really cool shot. Now they're trying to cut him loose. Where's the guy to lean on the TNT now, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
He's cutting like ain't no one's got time for it. He's just hacking away, trying to break that rope. And he's trying to blow up the raft, and now Taco won't because he's like, no, we'll lose him. Taco, what are you thinking, bro? Think about the
Yeah,
people.
I don't think you should have a sponsor for a giant ape that can kill you.
And they start fighting, and then Taco falls and lands on it, of course. And nothing happens.
With his super funny facial expressions.
Yeah. And then they start shooting at it instead, and he's all like trying to get at them. Don't touch somebody while shooting. He starts covering his ears. Taco makes this movie. He's great. He's just the
Definitely
best.
a comedic role in this.
Yeah.
Now
I
they're
love
just gonna
how.
shoot the ropes. And
Do you
he's gonna
notice
be
how they're wearing the
out.
same shirt but yellow and red?
Yep.
It's nice. A nice little. That way it's like visual. You know, because especially now they just started getting color, right, in movies. So they were really
Twins.
experimenting with like making main characters have similar outfits to make sure like they're the, you know, subconsciously, visually, that they are the main characters. Everyone else is wearing white or uniforms, and they're wearing the colorful outfits. Makes them
Fair.
stand
They
out.
gotta like kind of pinpoint certain people.
Yeah, it makes them stand out as like the main characters, the people you're supposed to be paying attention to. The
That
stars.
suit does not look great wet.
No, it really doesn't. I was about to say the Kong suit wet looks very bad. You can see where like the fabric lining is without the fur. It looks very
Looks
flat.
like my grandma.
He looks like he's got a lot of loose skin, but oh yeah, here we got some construction
This is
site work happening with miniatures.
Straight ad for Tonka.
It's a Tonka ad. Oh my
Or,
god.
like, do you remember like that Mighty Machines?
Mighty Machines. Yeah, absolutely. Do I
Yeah,
remember
see,
Mighty
This
Machines?
is basically like the opening right here.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Godzilla will pull out here and we will be pushed here. Yeah, Godzilla's pulling out of nowhere. I got news for you.
He's just gotta poop.
Yeah. They're gonna try and blow him up. These guys never learn. Oh, they're trying to explosive to bury him. If that's gonna work.
They need the eye patch guy.
Yeah, they need Serizawa. He's in this movie. I saw him earlier, I swear.
Yeah, I know. He just pooped.
He's right there! There he is, on the right,
Oh,
without the
yeah.
helmet.
Love it.
He's right there.
No eye patch though.
You can see his eye. Oh, Kong's coming on the mainland now. I didn't get the blue screen of the people running
amazing.
by there. I never got it because it's not even
The arms
perspective.
up. The arms up was amazing. That was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like when he's just like,
Oh yeah,
"Argh!"
just throws
That
his
was
arms
amazing.
up. Kong just throwing his hands up in the air, waving them like you just don't care.
Glorious.
They're like, "Hey, stop! Get back!" Trying to stop them. They're like, "Nah, screw you. We going anyway."
I
Screw the
definitely think
military.
Thus far, this one has been my favorite.
Yeah, you like this one, eh?
Yeah,
It's good.
It's kept my attention a lot more when it comes to different stories, and I'm just like, I want these dudes to square off, and I hope someone gets drop kicked or a power bomb.
Yeah.
Probably won't happen, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, the monster fights are always great, and this, like, yeah, like you're saying, this one has great pacing with how it builds it up. Here we go, their first interaction. We've got Kong and Godzilla forming in on each other.
What if it turns out it was like a dog and a cat kind of meeting, and they ended up actually liking each other, and they were just like, cause more ruckus? You know, we're a team now.
Yeah, this is funny. They got the trees and like the twigs with the leaves. They're trying to like stay camouflaged by using it. Like it even matters, guys. Come on.
DIY ghillie suit.
Yeah, like it's so
This ain't no
silly.
COD.
All gillied up.
They should have just talked to my dad. He's got a bunch of those.
See, like where they're standing right now is fine. Just just kind of in the trees. They're gonna watch this fight and they're gonna record it.
That's what I'd be doing. Stand
Oh,
on the
here we
rooftop
go.
and watch the world burn.
The ultimate heavyweight matchup. Let's go. King Kong versus Godzilla. All right, babies, let's go. OG. This is where it all started. As much as we like to maybe say I love Godzilla more, Godzilla wouldn't be Godzilla without Kong because this movie made money because they were both in it. And that's what really got the money for Godzilla. You see Kongo just blink really fast there, being like, holy shit, did he just shoot shit out of his mouth?
He's probably sitting there be like, can I do that?
He's like, I'm just gonna throw some rocks. And Godzilla's like, yeah, I'll burn your existence. And Kong just looks at the fire and it's just like, oh fuck.
Very adventurous time for both of them.
And
Oh,
Godzilla just
also,
starts burning everything in front of him.
he could just like set all of his hair on fire and then he'd be like running around and then be like a hairless
Yeah, look at
monkey
him.
thing.
He's burned on his stomach.
Exactly. Oh, those arms. Those arms are ridiculous.
Big, long, gangly arms.
Little
He flips the
alien.
coin to see who will win. It's not looking good. Godzilla's like, yeah, bring it, bitch. He does the come at me thing. The arms, just do it. Just do it. Great moments here. I love that though. Godzilla just burns
Smoking
Kong,
Tum.
and Kong just scratches his head, turns around, and walks away. That's the end of the fight. He's
What
like,
do I
well,
do?
I guess I
think I'm
can't
just
compete
gonna
with that.
Yeah, just what do I do? Turn around. Let's go home, I guess. Let's go for a nap.
Like two
I
guys
think
competing
naps
with
are
a
good.
girl, right? Two guys competing for a girl, and then the one guy just like opens his wallet and it's packed full of $100 bills, and then he just puts his massive schlong on the table and he's like, "What do you got?"
Phantom of the Opera.
So like, fuck,
Literally the 25th Phantom of the Opera.
yeah. Oh geez. So now they've obviously went and they both went their separate ways. The monsters. Oh, my apologies.
There is no yawning on this channel.
I know I
Yawning's for
shouldn't
the
be
weak.
leaning back.
Stop getting comfy.
I will never be silenced by my comfort.
It's okay. Sleep is life.
Yeah. It's not even that I like sleeping. I just get tired. I don't actually like sleeping. I'd rather be awake, but
Oh, I love sleeping. Life
oh,
stresses me out. There's too much stuff going on all the time, especially with COVID nowadays.
hey, you just gotta watch more kaiju films.
Exactly. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah. This shit's
Bypass
great.
the time together so we're not all alone.
Yeah, this is the way to do it. So yeah, if
This
you
is how
guys
you
at
beat
home, yeah,
depression.
if you guys are still in lockdown by any means right now during all this crap, this is what you should be doing. Getting really bad, obsessive, expensive hobbies like watching sci-fi and old Japanese Godzilla kaiju films.
Spend your money on movies. It cures your depression, I swear. Buy
Yeah.
toys and movies.
And if you're smart about it, buy stuff that you know will be rare. And then it's kind of like saving because you buy it, you have it, it makes you feel good. And then when you're old, you can sell it and retire.
Or eventually buy our merch. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
We'll get there.
Shirts with our beautiful faces that no one can actually see.
Yeah. We just say that's what we look like. You don't know what we actually look like. We could look like anything. We could not have beards. You have no idea.
Nah,
Yeah,
he's
no
got a
idea.
beard and big ears.
That's a lie.
You're a liar.
So here they have this trench and they've been pouring gasoline all over down into the dam. So it's pretty much a dam of fire. Pretty badass, actually. And then that's how they're trying to fend Godzilla off using fire. It's like, yeah,
Now,
because
if that was
fire is going to
Kong,
stop the nuclear lizard who breathes fire.
yeah, but if that was Kong, it may work because it would set him on fire and then he'd basically just, be a giant fireball.
I think they
I feel
mainly
like
use the fire there just so he'd walk through the part he has to walk through. And that's where they're going to blow him up. I think that's what they're trying to do.
still better than them trying to electrocute him. Dum dums.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they try and do that a lot in these series. And it's always like, why you do this?
I really enjoy this suit. I mean, it is kind of cheesy, but it looks way better than the other ones do. Like the tail moves, like it has the movements. He looks like he can actually walk.
Yeah, it's not just.
As
Right
I was
you
just
say
saying,
that,
yeah.
he eats shit and falls into
Yeah.
their trap. Right as he's like, he can walk. Look at it. Just
But at least that was
falls.
meant to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's funny that you say that. In one of these movies, there's a scene where Nakajima was in the Godzilla suit and he slipped and fell into one of the miniatures by accident. Luckily, they were filming, so they actually filmed the scene to make it look like he was supposed to do that, and Godzilla was all disoriented.
May as well add it in there.
Yeah,
Extra
it's
little
great.
Timbit.
Were they going to rebuild the miniature? No, it's too much money.
Exactly. And sometimes it's the better reactions, right? Like
And I'm
Lord of
pretty
the
sure
Rings moment.
he broke the Godzilla suit too when he fell too.
Oh, that was an expensive boo boo.
Yeah, I can imagine Mr. Honda was not too happy with that one.
Mr. Honda.
Yeah, Ishiro Honda. Oh, there we go. Godzilla climbing up. He's like, "You bitches are dead now. He just made me look like a fool." He just
I
climbs up out of the
love
hole.
I love how surprised they are that the trap worked.
I know, like they were like setting it up just to shut everyone up. It's like this isn't
It
gonna work.
worked. It worked.
And then
What?
Kong's like running around with his
Get out of
arms
my
up in the air.
way.
He doesn't care.
I feel like the only thing that makes the Kong suit look kind of weird is how they lengthened the arms. Like I understand that it's supposed to be longer, but like it looks so funny to me. He looks like an alien.
Yeah, in King Kong Escapes, the next one, um, they shorten his arms, I believe, up a little bit.
Make him look like a T-Rex.
Yeah. And I even think for some of the fighting scenes later on, his arms are shortened. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm just remembering it differently.
You should put King Kong and Godzilla on the Jurassic Park island.
Oh my god. They would just destroy everything and eat everybody.
That's okay. They got T-Rexes, or like if it's the newer movies, they got like pumped up T-Rexes.
Yeah.
They're more angry, more mean.
See, they're all pissed now because this is a bad mistake. They've lost Kong now. Now they're fired pretty much. They're gonna be in a lot of trouble. They essentially got fired for shooting the TNT. Because Taco was pissed, but like it is what it is. What do you expect?
They overall should have, instead of bringing King Kong here, why didn't they bring Godzilla there?
Oh, I know, and you know it's funny. You'll, we'll just wait till we get farther in here. But there's a lot of silliness with trying to get monsters from one point to another, and it gets.
But I mean, if you
extra.
think about it, that wouldn't be logical. Let's bring them here so they cause more damage, or put them on this island with like low key. Yeah, if the tribe goes compared to the actual city.
Well, because originally the only reason they were bringing him here was because these pharmaceutical company was doing it behind the government's back, right? Because they wanted to use him as a pharmaceutical act, because all the eyes would be on him, because he'd be the coolest thing. And then Godzilla woke up from that submarine hitting, so that's why he wanted to rush him to Earth so fast, or to not to Earth, he's on Earth, to Japan so fast, because he didn't want Godzilla to get all the limelight before his big monster to save his company.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have gotten rid of Godzilla and been like, all right, cool.
And then brought him in, I guess. But he was pretty much, his boss is like, you need something to save your business now or it's gone, it's done. So he needed something fast, and that was his only option. It's like, I get where he's coming from, but it's really outlandish. Like, come on. Just shows how crazy the workforce is. Especially like in Japan.
It's okay.
Yeah, the last battle we just saw didn't go so well. Kong threw some rocks, Godzilla acted like Shia LaBeouf and was like, just do it! And then he burned everything and burned his tummy hairs off, and then Kong walked away like, oh shit. I shouldn't probably mess with this guy.
He's got to come back with a game plan, my friend.
Yeah, he's got to think about it.
Can't just run into that battle.
He's got to have some prep time. Do some push-ups. Look at himself in the mirror. He's got to look in the mirror and flex and listen to Metallica, you know?
I know they get paid for it, but I still feel bad for the people that build these miniatures and then they get to watch them get destroyed. I'd be like, all my work, I spent like 6 months building that one house and then crush.
And this guy's just chewing on it.
Yeah, like nothing. I understand they get paid for it, but like, my heart.
Kong's just chewing on the wires like it's like, do you remember those candies? You'd have the candy necklaces and the candy bracelets, and you'd like chew the candy off the string.
Yep.
That was like, he's already eaten all the candies off those, and he was just like chewing on the string and like flicking it off his teeth like floss. That was literally what it was like. Yeah, he's like, guys, hold on, I gotta clean my teeth. Let me electrofloss them right now. Just burns all the plaque off his teeth. Electricity.
May as well. I don't remember the last time he probably flossed or brushed his teeth, so.
That's what I'm saying.
Got a bunch of bone in there.
Maybe that's why he's so angry. He's just gotta have some good dental. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
It looked like he was dancing. He was ready. Maybe King Kong just really needs a hug, and Godzilla offended him.
You know, maybe.
Like, They didn't just
Godzilla's the last
talk or
person you want to hug,
anything.
though. The
Yeah, but they didn't
closest you
talk
ever
or
get
anything.
is Jet Jaguar in Godzilla vs. Megalon when we get to it. You get a handshake and a kind of arm handshake hold. That's as
See,
close as affection you ever get.
this is why Godzilla's a dick and King Kong's not as bad, I guess.
Because he gets all that lady love.
I was gonna say he just wants that one lady and to climb up on some. Oh, never mind.
He's mad. He's like, fuck this building, and just punches it right through there. Oh, this is a cool scene, too. He picks up the train. As you can tell, remember, the guy and the girl just got separated on the train.
Yeah.
Our one female main character here.
So is
Who's
this
now hanging out the window.
this is where King Kong's gonna steal her and try and climb away with her.
Yep, you know it.
This is mine.
See, you know Kong, though. You may not have seen a Kong film, but you know how it works.
Oh, I've seen references. I've seen cartoons and stuff, just never an actual movie.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm
That's how it
correct,
works.
Futurama has an entire episode where they go to like an island and same kind of concept happens.
Oh, I would not be surprised. Would not
Stop
be surprised at
yawning.
all. I was doing a voice. I was yawning. I
Not
admit
even
it, I
that
was yawning.
late.
It's really
It's
not. No.
early.
I just naturally yawn all the time.
For anyone listening, it's noon.
It is not. It's not noon.
Shh, it's
It is
noon.
nighttime.
Depends
It
where
is,
you are,
well,
I
3
guess.
hours past dinner time. It's nighttime.
Depends where you are, I guess.
I ate dinner 3 hours ago. It's late.
I haven't even eaten dinner.
Well, that's just sad. I wish I
That's
could
my
have
life
given
in a
you my
nutshell.
dinner. Could have had delicious food.
Now I
Also,
want
here we go.
tacos.
So now Kong steals her now, and he's climbing up this building, and I guess it was the building they wanted to do, the biggest building they had at the time that they wanted to do. I don't know.
Biggest one they could find.
So I'm not sure what I used to remember what building it was.
Sacrifices must be made.
I'm gonna have to see what building it is that he climbs.
I love that the guy in the suit was having like a doll and he's just like petting it.
All the miniatures here with their flashlights blending the suit actor, and he's climbing up. I think it's, I want to say it's like the Dio building. Is that?
I don't know, man. Something tells me that they probably built like a bigger version of a miniature and made him climb it.
Yeah, they're gonna trank him with animal tranquilizers. That's their plan.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of it, like a
But they're
keg's worth.
yeah, no, that's why they're gonna use the berries instead. Like they just said that now. They're like, yeah, we should probably use that instead. The diet building. That's it. Yeah, it's called the diet building, not the diet building. The diet.
I like
building.
that he said life is in good hands, but like so far her life is in King Kong's hands. I don't know if you want to say good hands on that one.
So yeah, the National Diet Building is the building where both houses of the National Diet of Japan meet. It is located, blah, blah, blah. Sessions of the House of Representatives take place in the left wing. So it's like a House of Commons, essentially.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's where Kong is on top of right now. It's the Diet Building there. It's in Tokyo, Japan.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like to go visit there one day. That'd be cool.
When was it created or built, I guess?
The building was built. That's a good question. Let's see.
Because I'm just assuming that you have the information up on your computer.
Yeah, I do. At this point, yeah, because I had to figure out what the hell the building was. It was built in. Oh, this is from when they met. Let's see when the actual building was built. Oh, whoops, this is not the building. This is, yeah. This is the building. There we go. It was completed in 1936.
Oh, okay.
1936.
So not it wasn't too old when they filmed this then.
No, yeah. Yeah, but it was Tokyo, Japan, built in 19 during the Showa era, Showa 11, while that emperor reigned in Japan at the time. So now he's got him hanging up there, and they're hitting him with the berry juice,
And then
like a
playing the
mist,
drums.
and they're playing his song now. Because if you remember at the beginning of the
The
movie,
lullaby.
the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
this character, he played the drums on the TV show, and he was like, "Oh, I was the drummer. I was just filling in." They just do that scene just so he can play drums right now. That's the whole reason they made him play drums, so you can be like, "Yeah, he's a drummer."
That's amazing.
So that's how he knows the song. That way, there's no continuity errors because he learned the song because he heard it, and he's a
Kong
musician.
is a sleepy boy.
So that he starts playing it through the system here to try and put Kong to sleep. I'd be worried that he would fall asleep with the girl in his hand and just drop her.
Oh, 100%. Or squish her.
Yeah, like,
Squeeze her to death. Like there's many options.
I'd be a little worried, to say the least.
Is that some stop motion going on when they go into Kong's face?
I think it's just
It had a little more facial
animation.
expression. Maybe.
It might be stop animation, or it might be an actual like puppeteer, like a puppet mask for the close-ups. Because it definitely looks different. It's definitely like a different model. So I think it's like a puppet. They used a different thing for the close-ups because that looks different right there.
Oh, he's definitely becoming a sleepy
Oh, he
boy.
just sits on the edge of the diet building.
He broke the building. They're
Yeah.
gonna be so angry.
And then he breaks the part of it, and then he falls asleep on the part he didn't even break. It's like, what was the point?
Oh,
And then
look
he
at that
just so
doll.
happens to slowly let her down just at the right angle. He's like, "Go, I got you. I'll cover your part." And he like takes over the drums, and he's like doing a full drum solo now. It's just classic. It's good though. They have like the suit actor. That's a shot of the suit actor, and he had like a doll in his hand, and then he slowly like lets her go. They have someone pull the string to like knock it down, so it looks like her getting out of his hand, and then they blue screen it here. It gets good. Nice little blend of practical and special effects there.
Trying their best for their time.
Yeah. Again, first one in color too, people. So like, it's pretty impressive. Think about that.
There's been a lot less flaws than I expected to notice, to be honest. So that's always a plus.
And this is probably one of the biggest hiatuses we'll see in Godzilla, I think, until after the Showa era, because the last movie we watched was 54 and 55, and then this is 62. So it took them like 6 or 7 years to get this out.
They had
Since the last Godzilla film.
Knowledge. They had some new knowledge they needed to work on.
Yeah, and they wanted to bring in, like, they were planning Mothra, Rodan, bringing Kong over. Like, they were planning all this stuff, right? So,
For sure. That mustache.
legendary.
One of the best.
Yeah, Taco's mustache is legendary. Taco is legendary. There's Shirazawa again, background biologist, even though he's not Shirazawa.
If we ever watch this again, I demand that we eat tacos while we do it.
Yes, in honor of Sir Taco.
Even though it is with a K, but like
He's the taco boss. He's the taco boss.
Taco Commander.
Go get some taco. The Taco Commander. Oh my god, we can get some Taco Bell while we eat and watch it too. There you go. Let's go. Move it out. Get spools of freaking rope. Here's what they're gonna do. Remember when you were talking about how, like, why would they just bring Godzilla to Kong or something? Why wouldn't they just like lift him or carry something? You know, like you're talking about transportating monsters.
Yeah.
This is this takes the icing off the cake here, sir.
Are you sure that we're not getting back into the kink Kong and he's just getting into some bondage?
That and yeah, you
That's
just
a lot
see
of
wait.
rope, I'm just saying.
This is really funny how they get Kong to, because they're obviously trying to bring him to Godzilla now. That's the plan now. They're like, let them fight kind of type deal. We've got them here.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Oh god, they're rolling out these giant pieces of yellow material, all
which I
cross
assume
weaving
is a
with rope.
balloon or something.
Oh baby, you know it, you
Are
know
they
it.
are they gonna like try and float King Kong to Godzilla?
Oh bro, just you wait. This is
This
one of the
movie is
best
wild.
visuals. That's a good shot here too. The helicopter shots of the miniatures. Actually, a really cool shot. I wonder if they had the miniatures and had them laying on the ground, had everyone doing that, and then they just like got up really high on a raft or like something, and then like went around the studio from the roof, just so it looked like a helicopter flying from up above. It's kind of brilliant if that's how they did it.
Man, the effects for this time are so surprising to me. I just expected so worse, like so much worse than they are, which is
It makes me so
good for
happy,
them.
honestly, for you to say that, because people honestly these days are so spoiled with like CGI and stuff like that, and like it's so hard to like sit down and appreciate practical effects with someone who doesn't understand the work behind it. And like to watch these with someone who actually understands how incredible they are, like it's
Think
awesome.
about like the time and like again, I've seen horror movies that have had worse special effects than this and had a bigger budget than a lot of them. It sounds bad, but it's true.
Oh, here we go. The balloons fill up with air. Our monkey boys' arms are coming up.
Oh, those are gonna be some lanky arms.
Oh god, guys, here we go. When it's like pose sexy. This is how you lay. So they've now lifted Kong up with these strings attached to these balloons, and they're airlifting him with these helicopters. And
Tempting to.
he's just dangling in this super awkward position because the balloons are like carrying him, and it looks like he's almost doing like a ninja kick, or he's going to do like some kind of like flying kick. It's
Now
too
imagine
funny.
if that was the special effect. You know, like behind the scenes, it's just him floating. Whoa!
Oh my god, legendary. So now they're all speeding on cart trying to keep up with them. Because Godzilla, obviously, when he was done, he didn't like go back into the water. He was like, I'm gonna keep screwing around, going other places. I don't understand why it ends up here, but it ends up at Mount Fuji. I'm assuming it's just because it's like a landmark and like a good place to have two monsters fight. And it's by Tokyo, so like they're like, yeah, let's just do Mount Fuji.
They should have just left them on the island and got Godzilla to go there. Would have just made
Yeah.
more sense to me.
Yeah, but now they have all this filler, as we always talk about filler with these movies, unnecessary filler. Here we go. So this is the big fight.
Him
Because we're
trying to get
coming
out of
in
the
at like
balloons.
I'd say there's 10 minutes of the film left roughly, so gets to our big ending here.
Come on,
So he's
drop him from
coming
the
in.
balloons.
They blow up the
Boom.
ropes and Kong just falls on his ass and starts sliding down the hill like a sled.
Takes him right out.
And then just
Yeah.
flies into Godzilla, and they're just these figures rolling down the hill.
Oh, I know what we're doing with our figures, and like
Yeah.
we're getting toys. This is gonna be our new
Oh.
TikTok now.
Oh my gosh. Coming soon to a cell phone near you.
Now, how do we get costumes?
Look at the way Kong
made?
runs. He just runs head first with like he like Naruto runs with his arms behind him and just like sprints like crazy.
You know what's
Kong
up?
just bangs his chest and walks the other way again. What's he got planned now? He's like, I'm gonna run up and do that again. That was fun. No, he's like, I'm gonna take this sideway down because I fell the other way.
I'm a hide.
He literally just walks and hides behind the rock. He's like, screw this guy.
I'm gonna scare him. These two are like two roommates that don't like each other, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna scare Dave." Sorry for the swears, the followers, but like,
Oh
these
no,
guys are just
it's fine.
secretly homeboys.
You know what you're doing if you're here. You know what you walked into.
It's not always
Oh.
gonna be a PG world, my friends.
No. Sometimes a fuck needs to be said. Oh, he grabs him by the tail and just flings him over here.
You only get 5 per episodes and 2 asses, and so far we only have a few left.
And we're the two asses, so Those are always
Oof.
taken. Oh, this is funny. This is the looks like Kong's
Oh,
giving it to Godzilla from behind.
oh,
He's
it
just
100% does.
yeah, he has his tail like lifted up, and then he's just like pushing on it, and then it shows from Godzilla's side. Like he's like, "What are you doing? Stop!" And now Kong's just whipping boulders at Godzilla, and then Godzilla hits it with his tail back at Kong, and he's like, "Screw you!" and kicks one back at him.
I'm sorry, but King Kong has like nothing on Godzilla.
Oh no!
Like all he's doing is throwing rocks. Like
This
someone needs
time
to
he's
get
like atomic
Kong
breath.
some
I'm
judo
going in for
training.
it.
Punch him in the throat. Pow pow.
So they're just like grappling each other, flailing around. And this is where Godzilla actually burns Kong with the atomic breath.
Finally, some good damage. And he's
like,
pumped
shit.
about it too.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not running away now. And he just tackles him to the ground.
Man up or shut up.
You just think Godzilla's got this one? Oh, Godzilla's just laying into Kong, just punching him. Oh, it's so funny. And then he just lets him roll down the hill here.
Imagine being in that costume rolling down the hill.
Oh, I'd be throwing up.
Something tells me that wouldn't be fun.
No.
And also might cause a lot of damage to the costume.
Oh, yeah. I imagine they, in between shots, they had to do a lot of repairs on the costumes, especially the dorsal fins.
I wonder how many.
See King Kong there. He does he throws the rock and then does a front like dank like a Dark Souls roll, and he just rolls and does a head plant right into the rock and knocks himself out. And then Godzilla's like, "Come on, get up and play." And Kong's like, "Nah, I knocked myself out. I'm just gonna sleep here for a bit." So Godzilla literally just buries him in rocks.
I wonder how many suits they made for these people, like when they were acting, like if there's 2 or 3 of like a Godzilla suit just in case, or if there's one of one.
Yeah, I wonder, actually. I'm not too sure. I imagine that they had probably a puppet and a suit for each, and then they couldn't afford to make any more than just 1 or 2 suits.
That's where I was curious if they just hired someone to design them and make them for them. So if like they had like a backup suit in case if something happened, like when they were rolling down the hill, or when Kong knocked himself out. And now this dude's just getting tail slapped. That's the only tail that King Kong's getting anytime soon.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of stop it.
Yes. There are some kicks.
Kong there.
That's what I needed to see.
Oh, yeah. I know they're just whipping rocks at each other again and burying Kong alive. That's usually how it goes.
I think he's okay with it. It's probably getting close to sleepy time.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the big fight, right? Like I know when they premiered this in Japan and stuff, Toho released side by side like interviews with King Kong and Godzilla as if they were like sumo wrestlers preparing for a fight.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they treated it like some big matchup, like a big UFC fight type of thing. Oh, Godzilla's got this one in the bag. Yeah, look at this. Burning a fire on Kong as he lays in rubble. King Kong is getting roasted. The storm clouds will make him fight better. You watch. Well, you do remember, actually, whenever there was storm clouds around and lightning earlier, Kong came around. So this is a little bit ridiculous, though. This is when this movie gets a little silly. We get some classic horror resurrection shit happening with the lightning bringing Kong back to life. But now Kong has electric powers. So when he grabs Godzilla's tail here, he electrifies him and he just starts spinning him by his tail and electrocuting Godzilla to death. Kong's got the power of nature, motherfucker.
Punching him in the titty.
Yeah. Oh, it's just great. There's actually a cool shot. They're like fighting in the fire and stuff, and Kong's like electrocuting him.
You know how we were talking about how if they were in the water, it wouldn't be as equal. I mean, if he used electricity and he didn't, if it didn't affect him, he could like fry Godzilla. Yeah,
I mean, electricity's not really affecting Godzilla either.
Yeah, I guess that's fair too.
Oh, here we go. Here's the moment. Ah, the tree
Eat
jab.
the tree. Eat it.
Godzilla goes to use his atomic breath, and Kong just shoves a tree in his mouth. Godzilla's badass, though. He just burns it out.
That's why you can't use the same move over and over again.
Oh, and Kong just judo throws Godzilla. I love that.
He's learning.
That's great. You gotta think about how heavy that suit actor must have been, eh? Like, I know he was on wires, but
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say they probably had wires attached to him.
Still,
flippy poo.
That's impressive. That was like an executed throw.
The tail in this one looks great. The damage.
Oh yeah. I love the miniature work in this one. It's definitely up to par. The miniature work gets so good in these ones. I mean, it was good in the other ones too, but they get very destructive. That's what I meant to say. They break easier and stuff.
Halt! Stop!
Halt! Who goes there? It's all the scientists and all the people from the board being like, "Yo, what's going on?
I am Archer, protector of the Gorgonites.
We're here to watch
Halt,
these
who
monsters
goes
fight."
there?
Oh my god! Yes. Was it Insaniac? Insaniac? Yeah, Insaniac. And Chip Hazard.
I love that movie.
Bazooka.
I still have it on VHS.
It's great. I think I have it on DVD. I don't have it on VHS. That should be a one we watch. That'd be a good one to watch.
I am 1,000% down.
It's not really a horror movie, but we could watch it as a bonus episode one day.
They count as monsters. There's a bad and a good.
Oh, so here we go. So this is the moment here. Kong just starts pushing Godzilla closer and closer towards the edge by the ocean here. Oh, here we go. This is a great destruction of there's this one castle here. This is a really good destruction sequence. I love this scene. I think the model work is gorgeous. Like, it looks really real. And the destruction is just awesome on it. Like, look at that. It just looks great. They're just, like, smashing the top of it and, like, going at each other, ripping this building to pieces. It's a great shot. Just tearing the place down.
I bet the actors in the suit were having such a heyday. Just like a blast.
Here's a rough scene. So after that they roll off into the water there in that scene, and they roll off the cliff, Kong and Godzilla. And that's actually a pretty crazy scene, because you'll notice here when we'll wait till they emerge here. So they just tumbled into the water, and now everything's shaking like an earthquake. So you're like, oh god, like, you know, who's gonna rise up, who's won? Because we still don't have a definitive winner. I mean, Godzilla rightfully kicked his ass, but... So we're hoping with all the earth rumble here that we're gonna see someone rise up. So you see the water kind of going off into the distance. And you're like, who is it? Who's emerged? It's Kong.
It's Josh. Oh.
So there you go. King Kong has emerged victorious. He's okay.
Are you serious? That's not allowed.
But if you watch here, King Kong is swimming towards the South Seas. What should we do? Just let him go, because he's going to go back to his island. He knows where it is.
Exactly. He wants to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. Taco's just pissed. He's like, yeah, I'm going to have no job. It's not worth the trouble. I give up.
Finally.
And then they're like, is Godzilla dead? Well, it's possible.
Well, I mean, they only rolled off the cliff, right? Like,
yeah, into water.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, and Godzilla is a water monster. So, yeah, he's definitely alive. This is just definitely the build-up for more sweet, good movies.
I can't remember if it was when the two of them fall in the water there, and this is where we get our ending shot of Kong going off, and now we have Kong as our victor.
The end.
Kong is actually the winner of King Kong versus Godzilla, the original there.
So I guess I chose wrong.
Godzilla's roar. You may have, sir. You may have.
This is Freddy versus Jason right here, where you hear the roar and you're like, we're ready for a next one.
And it's crazy too because what's going on here? That ending, the crazy thing too, and I can't remember how it happens. It's either one or the other, but I know when they fall into the water there, the suit actor, one of the suit actors, I believe, I could have it wrong, but I believe when they roll in, Kong lands on Godzilla and Nakajima actually hit his head and went into got a concussion, and he got knocked out and he blacked out and passed out in the suit while they were underwater. And then that's one of the reasons they have that ending shot of just Kong swimming away, because the other actor couldn't do the suit animation for the last day or something like that. But it's
Damn.
either that way or he landed on Kong and the suit actor for Kong got injured and Nakajima had to do the shot of Kong swimming away. But
Hey,
one
either
of
way,
them
it's a
got injured.
sacrifice for the trade, my friend.
Yeah,
You're making an
exactly.
iconic movie that's going to live on for, well, clearly it lived on. Like, we're in 2021 watching it now,
Yeah.
doing a review for a movie that came out a while ago, my friend.
1962.
Exactly.
So, but all right, guys, that was it for that watch through. I mean, did whoever won, is that who you thought was going to win? Were you happy with the outcome? I mean,
No,
we'll no, we'll watch the newer one. Honestly, has much better of an outcome. It's a solider monster
damn
fight
right.
from that end of
Godzilla. Woo. At least I hope.
the we'll have to see when we get there. Um,
Exactly.
but this is a great one, honestly, because we know in Raids again, the last one we had Godzilla fighting Anguirus, but this is the first one where we get the versus title. You know, it's blah blah versus blah blah. So King Kong versus Godzilla, and you're gonna start to see a trend with these in the Showa and the Heisei series. The Heisei series is honestly known as the versus series because of how many movies it has with the word versus in it. But I know in the Showa era, we got after this, we get a couple films, but then we get Mothra versus Godzilla. We get Godzilla versus Gigan, Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla, Godzilla versus Megalon, all the verses. So it's just the start of something just beautiful in all its glory. It's just goddamn gorgeous. All right.
It's gonna be an adventure, my friend.
It's going to be great. And it's even going to be better for Josh because now the movies, after we get through a couple of the Toho movies, the originals, we're going to do Mothra and Rodan. We might do a couple others, but we'll see on the side. We're going to have a couple bonus episodes for you guys. But as we get into the Showa ones, I'm definitely excited to see Josh's reaction to those. They're quite silly, to say the least.
Yeah. Make sure you check out our Twitter as well. That's a new one for us.
Yeah, and we got our episodes coming up on Spotify as well, hopefully by the following week. By the time you guys are hearing this episode, it'll probably be next week, so at least for us. So we'll probably have it available on Spotify. So that's probably what you guys are maybe listening to on right now.
Also, I'm totally gonna throw a plug in here, and like my Instagram page, Killer Clothing 905.
Oh yeah.
Got a sweet giveaway going on. You can enter. It's up until the 18th. I don't know if this will be out in time though.
We'll have to see. If not, definitely check it out for future promotions and products and information
Woot.
there.
Also
Yeah,
check
yeah.
out Cutie Cruise.
Oh yeah.
Support local small businesses. Just saying,
If
Ontario.
we end up doing future sweaters, that's definitely probably somewhere they'll be coming from. So
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Hope
Alrighty,
everyone
guys.
had fun.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did because I know we loved that one. As you, Josh, you'd say that was your favorite one so far?
Oh, thus far, yeah, that was probably the best one. I enjoyed the first, like the original Godzilla film, but that one was definitely the
It puts
best.
the second one to shame, right? Yeah.
Yo, 100%.
Yeah. I know a lot
There's
of people,
no eye patch, but like it was a good one.
it's on the, yeah, exactly. Let's okay. We'll see the eye patch make a return. We'll be reviewing the movies by era too, guys. So we won't be doing one big ranking of all the films. When we rank them, we'll be ranking the Showa era, ranking worst to best. Same with the Heisei and the Millennium era as well. So we'll get to those. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been the third episode of the Killer Kaiju podcast. It has been Lucas and Josh, and we all hope you have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye.